You've probably heard it all your life. Just keep walking and you'll stay healthy. But what if I told you that after 70, that same advice might actually be working against you? Now, don't get me wrong, walking is great. It keeps your body moving, your mind clear. But if it's the only kind of movement you rely on, you could be quietly speeding up the very aging you're trying to slow down. That's because as we get older, our bodies go through changes that walking alone just can't keep up with. Muscles shrink, joints stiffen, balance becomes more fragile. And when we don't challenge those areas the right way, things start slipping, often without us even noticing. That's why more and more doctors are gently saying, after 70, don't just walk more, walk smarter. Shift your focus to 5 simple habits that help rebuild strength, protect your balance, and keep you steady on your feet. Not just now, but for years to come. And here's the thing most people never hear. These small changes, they can be the difference between aging with struggle or aging with strength. One of them, especially the last one, almost no one talks about, but it could quietly be the most important factor in how long and how well you live. So if you care about living fully, not just longer, stay with me. And if something in this video speaks to you, let me know in the comments. Type a 1 if it helped. Type 0 if it didn't. I read every single one. Now, let's begin. 1. Strength training to preserve muscle mass. Walking is a great way to stay mobile. It keeps your body moving. It keeps you engaged. But if walking is the only thing you're doing, you might be setting yourself up for something no one wants to talk about. Muscle loss. After 70, something called sarcopenia, the slow, steady loss of muscle mass, becomes one of the biggest threats to your independence. And here's the thing most folks don't realize. Walking alone just doesn't build muscle. Yes, it uses your legs, but not with the kind of resistance your muscles need to stay strong. That's why many doctors now say, once you're in your 70s, strength training should no longer be optional. It should be a priority, because it doesn't just fight off muscle loss. It helps you keep your balance, avoid falls, and stay strong enough to move through your day without struggle. If you can still carry a full grocery bag, stand up from a chair without using your hands, or twist open a tight jar, that's a great sign your muscles are doing their job. But if those simple things have started feeling harder, even just a little, that's your body quietly telling you, strength is fading. And here's the truth. If you don't use your strength, you lose it. Take someone like Robert. He's 74, walked every day, thought he was doing everything right. But then one day, he struggled to lift a box that used to feel light. Even standing up from the couch took more effort than before. At first, he thought, well, I guess I'm just getting older. But his doctor told him something different. Muscle loss doesn't just happen with age. It happens faster when you stop challenging your muscles. So Robert added a few basic strength moves into his routine. Light resistance bands, simple bodyweight squats, a few dumbbell lifts. And within just a few months, the difference was clear. He felt stronger, more stable, even more energetic throughout the day. Strength training doesn't have to mean heavy weights or big machines. It can be as simple as pushing against the kitchen counter, lifting soup cans, or gently stretching with resistance bands. What matters is that your muscles feel just enough challenge to stay active and alive. And the payoff? It's bigger than just physical strength. Studies now show that keeping your muscles strong is tied to better mobility, clearer thinking, even a longer life. If you're wondering where you stand right now, try this. Sit down in a chair, then stand up without using your hands. If that's easy, great. Keep going. If it feels hard, that's your cue. It's time to rebuild what's quietly slipping away. And here's the good news. It's never too late. Strength training can reverse muscle loss, improve balance, and help you stay independent for years to come. So if you're someone who still relies only on walking for exercise, consider this your wake-up call. Muscle is your foundation. It's your anchor. And after 70, it's one of the most powerful things you can protect. If you're still with me and found this part helpful, type the number 1 in the comments to let me know. Now, let's keep going. 2. Balance and stability exercises to prevent falls. Walking keeps your body moving, and that's a good thing. But what most people don't realize is, walking alone doesn't do much to improve your balance. And for many, that truth only becomes clear after a fall. or a close call. After 70, fall prevention becomes one of the most important parts of staying healthy and staying independent. Falls are one of the top causes of serious injury in older adults. And here's what's surprising. Most of them don't happen because of weak legs. They happen because of poor balance. If you're not actively working on your balance, you might be increasing your risk of stumbles, trips, and dangerous falls without even knowing it. You might think, I've been walking my whole life. My balance must be fine. But balance doesn't just stay strong on its own. It quietly declines over time, unless you train it on purpose. See, walking doesn't really challenge the small stabilizing muscles in your feet, ankles, and core, the ones that help keep you steady. And once those muscles start to weaken, even a small misstep can lead to a fall, one that could take months or even years to fully recover from. Think about the last time you stood on one foot to put on a sock, or reached for something high up on a shelf. Did you feel steady? Or did you have to grab onto something nearby? For many people, the first real sign of balance loss comes from a near fall, a moment that leaves them shaken, maybe even afraid to take that next step. That's exactly what happened to someone like Edward, 76. He had always been active, but one day, as he stepped off a curb, his foot landed wrong, and just like that, he lost his balance. He caught himself in time, but in that moment, he realized how vulnerable he'd become. His doctor recommended a few simple balance exercises. Things like standing on one foot, shifting weight from side to side, and moving slowly with control. And within just a few weeks, Edward felt a difference. He was steadier, more confident. Even walking felt easier. The truth is, you don't need a gym, equipment, or any fancy tools to improve your balance. Simple movements can make a big difference. Try standing on one foot, walking heel to toe in a straight line, or slowly shifting your weight back and forth. These little actions activate the right muscles, and they work. And the benefits go beyond just avoiding falls. Better balance means better posture, quicker reflexes, and smoother, more controlled movements in your everyday life. If you're curious where your balance is right now, try this. Stand near a counter for safety. Then lift one foot off the ground. Can you hold it for 10 seconds without wobbling? If so, that's a good sign. If not, that's your body letting you know it's time to start working on it. The good news is, the sooner you start, the better. Balance is one of those things you don't think much about until it's too late. But training it now can help you stay strong, steady, and independent for years to come. So if you've been focusing only on walking, it's time to make room for balance, because the best way to prevent a fall isn't just staying active. It's teaching your body how to stay steady. 3, flexibility and mobility to keep joints healthy. Walking helps keep your legs moving, but when it comes to flexibility, it doesn't do much. And after 70, flexibility becomes more important than ever. As time passes, your joints naturally start to stiffen, your range of motion gets smaller, and the things that used to feel easy, like bending down or turning your head, start to feel tight or limited. If you've ever had trouble tying your shoes, or felt a little strain when reaching over your shoulder, that's your body quietly telling you, mobility is fading. And as your flexibility shrinks, so does your independence. Here's the real challenge. Most people don't realize how important mobility is until it starts slipping away. Walking alone doesn't stretch your muscles fully, and it doesn't guide your body through all the different movement patterns your joints need to stay fluid and functional. That's why many doctors now say that after 70, stretching and mobility work are just as important as being active, because it's what allows you to move through daily life without pain or discomfort. Think back to the last time you reached into the back seat of your car or tried to slip on a jacket. Did it feel smooth, or did your body resist a little? A lot of folks brush these moments off, thinking, well, that's just aging. But what's really happening is this. Your muscles and connective tissues are slowly tightening, bit by bit, over time. That's exactly what happened to someone like Walter, 78. He stayed active, walked every day. But over time, he noticed that getting out of bed felt stiffer. Reaching for something on the floor took more effort than it used to. His doctor explained that it wasn't just aging, it was his joints losing range of motion from lack of use. So Walter started adding in gentle stretches, slow joint movements and simple mobility exercises each day. And within weeks, he felt the difference. His body moved easier, his posture improved, and the stiffness, it started to fade. Now, flexibility training doesn't mean sitting down and touching your toes for 10 seconds. It means dynamic, slow, controlled movements like gentle stretches, rotations, or yoga-inspired motions. Simple things like neck circles, shoulder rolls, or knee-to-chest stretches, these help keep your joints lubricated, loose, and pain-free. And the benefits? They go well beyond just moving better. Improved flexibility means fewer aches and pains, better circulation, stronger posture, and even a lower risk of falling. If you want to see where your flexibility is right now, try this. Stand up tall and slowly turn your head to one side, then the other. Does it feel smooth, or do you notice tightness? If it feels restricted, that's a sign your flexibility is fading, and now's the time to do something about it. The good news is mobility loss isn't permanent. With just a few minutes of stretching each day, you can keep your body feeling younger, more mobile, and free of tension. So if walking is your main form of movement, it's time to make room for flexibility too. Because keeping your joints loose and your movements smooth, that's one of the best things you can do to stay independent after 70. And if you're still with me and this part has helped, go ahead and comment number 3 below. Let's keep going. 4. Core and posture exercises to protect your spine. Walking may keep your legs moving, but it doesn't do much for your core strength or your posture. And after 70, those two things become more important than ever. A strong core isn't about having flat abs or looking fit. It's about staying stable, avoiding back pain, and making sure your spine stays aligned as you move through the day. When your core is weak, small problems start to show up. You might feel a dull ache in your lower back. You might notice your balance isn't quite what it used to be. Or maybe you've started to hunch forward when walking, without even realizing it. These little signs, they matter. Over time, they can lead to more strain on your joints, a higher risk of falling, and a body that feels older than it really is. Most people don't realize how vital postural strength is until the aches and stiffness start creeping in. If you've been slouching more, if your lower back feels tight, or if standing upright for long periods has gotten harder, that's your core telling you it needs support. The truth is, walking doesn't activate the deep muscles in your abdomen and lower back, the ones that hold you upright. That's why many doctors now recommend that after 70, core and posture exercises should be a regular part of your routine. Take someone like Harold, 75. He stayed active, walked every day, but still noticed his shoulders were rounding forward and his lower back felt sore more often. His doctor explained something simple. Poor posture was putting pressure on his spine and joints. It was leading to chronic stiffness and throwing off his balance. So Harold started small. Gentle core exercises like seated pelvic tilts, posture resets while standing, and slow abdominal bracing. Within a few weeks, he noticed a real change. Less back pain, better posture, and even easier breathing. And the best part? You don't need a gym, equipment, or even a lot of space to do this. Just stand tall against a wall. Try engaging your lower abs while sitting. Practice slow, mindful movements that help your spine stay aligned. These simple steps wake up your stabilizing muscles, and the benefits go far beyond posture. A stronger core means better balance, less joint strain, and even improved digestion. Because those abdominal muscles help support your internal organs too. Want to try a quick test? Stand with your back against a wall. Let your head, shoulders, and hips all touch the surface. Does it feel natural, or do you have to force yourself upright? If it feels hard, that's your body asking for support. The good news? You can start improving it today. Core strength and posture don't just protect your back. They help you move better, stay safe, and feel more youthful overall. So if walking is still your only form of exercise, it's time to focus on the muscles that truly hold you up. Because those are the ones that keep you strong, stable, and standing tall. 5. Joint protection and low-impact movements to reduce strain. Walking is a great way to stay active. But if it's the only kind of movement you're doing, especially after 70, it can start putting unnecessary strain on your joints. As we age, our bodies change. Cartilage wears down, joint fluid decreases, and the cushioning that once protected our knees and hips becomes less effective. That's why so many older adults, even the ones who've stayed active their whole lives, begin to notice stiff knees, aching hips, or sore feet. The issue isn't always the walking itself. The problem is when walking becomes the only kind of movement your joints are exposed to. It's repetitive, it targets the same areas, and it doesn't give your joints the variety or support they need to stay healthy. A lot of people assume joint pain is just a natural part of getting older. But in truth, stiffness and discomfort happen faster when your joints aren't being actively protected. In some cases, walking, when done too often or too long, can actually make the problem worse. That's why many doctors now say, after 70, it's time to focus less on how much you walk and more on how you move overall. Low-impact movements can help protect your joints, ease discomfort, and keep your body in motion without the wear and tear. So let me ask you something. After your last walk, did you feel energized and refreshed? Or did you feel sore, stiff, or just plain worn out? If you notice lingering discomfort after walking, that's your body speaking to you. It may be time for a change. Take Raymond, 77. He was walking every day, believing it was the best thing for his health. But over time, his knees grew stiff. His lower back began to ache. His doctor explained what was happening. Too much repetitive impact, not enough support. So Raymond made a few small changes. He swapped some of his walking time for gentle swimming, light cycling, a few mobility-focused stretches. And within just a few weeks, the results spoke for themselves. Less pain, more movement, no sacrifice in activity, just better outcomes. Low-impact, joint-friendly exercises can include swimming, tai chi, light cycling, or even simple stretches from a chair. These movements increase circulation, improve joint lubrication, and strengthen the muscles around your joints, all without adding stress. And the benefits? They go way beyond pain relief. Protecting your joints now means more freedom later. You'll walk easier, move smoother, and feel better doing it. Want to check in on your joints right now? Try this. Sit down in a chair, then slowly stand up without using your hands. Notice how your knees and hips feel. Do they move smoothly, or is there tightness, maybe even a little pain? If you feel any discomfort at all, that's your body telling you your joints need more care. And switching to low-impact movements could make all the difference. Because joint health is about so much more than avoiding pain. It's about preserving your mobility, protecting your independence, and making sure every step you take feels natural, not difficult. So if you've been relying on walking alone, now's the time to take a step in a different direction. Start including movements that support and protect your joints, not wear them down. And if you're still here and found this part helpful, comment number 5 below. Now, let's bring everything together. Final thoughts, Irman and Sharm, and to everyone watching, as we wrap up this video, I want to invite you to take a quiet moment and reflect on what we've covered. If you've been relying only on walking to stay active, you might not have realized just how much your body needs beyond that. Because after 70, staying healthy isn't just about movement, it's about moving smarter. This stage of life calls for a shift in focus. It's time to protect your muscle mass, support your balance, improve your flexibility, strengthen your core, and reduce strain on your joints. These 5 areas, they're not just helpful, they're essential. They're what truly keep you mobile, strong, and independent, not just for now, but for the years still ahead. A lot of people think aging means slowing down, but the truth is, your body is still capable of progress, even now, even later in life. Whether it's your strength, your balance, your posture, or how easily you get out of bed in the morning, small changes really can make a big difference. And the most powerful change you can make is simply deciding to begin. Because decline doesn't happen overnight. It happens little by little. But that also means improvement happens the same way, day by day. And that puts the power back in your hands. So let me ask you, which of the 5 areas spoke to you the most? Have you noticed any changes in your strength, your stability, your flexibility? We'd truly love to hear from you. Share one thing you learned today and how you plan to bring it into your life. Your voice matters here. Reading your comments encourages us. It reminds us why we do this. So don't be shy. We're listening. And if you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit too. Your support helps us continue creating content that informs, and inspires. Thanks for being here with us today. We'll see you in the next video.